a tutorial and review to share today on a company called Madison Street Beauty. They're based in Nevada in Las Vegas, and they got in contact with me recently and offered to send me some of their mineral eyeshadows. So of course, you know me with eyeshadows, I'm an eyeshadow junkie, so of course I said yes, and they let me pick a few shades out, and they arrived today. I've also done a tutorial which will be coming up just after this little intro. And I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. These eyeshadows are beautiful quality, really lovely. I know some people find loose eyeshadows and pigments and the like quite difficult to use, but these actually, they don't have any fallout. I really didn't find that much fallout, if any at all, which is fantastic. You do get a lot in the jars. And these are what the jars look like. I mainly picked colours that were very unique to my collection because I do, as you probably know, if you've been watching me for a while, have a lot of eyeshadows. So it can be very difficult to remember what I've got, and I end up with dupes. So I really did spend a lot of time going through all of their eyeshadows, and they have like hundreds of eyeshadows. They're absolutely just every single colour you could ever want, and they're really reasonably priced. I will put the price down below in the description box. Madison Street Beauty actually started out on Etsy, which is where they still are today. You can buy from their website as well, but you can also buy from their Etsy store, and they ship worldwide, which is fantastic. And these took about 8 days to get to me, which is really reasonable considering I'm in the UK. So onto the shades. You'll see how they apply in a minute, obviously, because I did this tutorial with them, and I'm really surprised by the quality. I think they're fantastic. So this one in particular, this is not one of the ones I've used yet. This one in particular, they have the names written on the bottom, as you can see. The packaging is very kind of basic and standard, but I quite like that because I think it leaves the pigments and the eyeshadows themselves to kind of just give you the impression, rather than lots of fancy packaging. You don't need that, and they are a little company, so that's perfectly understandable. I actually quite like it. I think their packaging is very sleek. So this one in particular, I believe, is Red Apple, and I've really chosen quite a few reds and russets and really quite deep colours because I don't have too many colours like that, strangely enough. That's gorgeous. So that is Red Apple. Really lovely. Look at that. Beautiful. I really just don't have anything like that at all. They have a lovely stretch to them. They really go on very nicely. The ones I have on my eyes, I have Toasted Coconut, which is this one. And I have this one in the, what am I doing, in the inner corner. So this is Toasted Coconut. This is very pretty. I like this one. Really lovely. So that is Toasted Coconut, just there. Beautiful colours. The others I used, I won't swatch these because you can see them on my eyes. The one I used in the middle of my lid today is Pumpkin, which is so freaking pretty. Look at that. You can see that. That's the orangey glint. That's gorgeous. I love that one. And then the one I used to darken it is Claret, which is this beautiful kind of winey Bordeaux colour. Really lovely. You can see that. I've used that at the outer portion. This is an interesting one. This one is called, let me see, Mossy Mauve. And it looked a little bit like a MAC pigment. I believe it was MAC's blue-brown pigment. I don't know off the top of my head because I don't have it, but it did, from the swatches on the site, look like that. So let's see. You can see it's kind of like it's a duochrome. And as you can see, depending on the way the light hits it, it's kind of green, and then it's kind of like a reddy brown. So that's beautiful. So that's Mossy Mauve. I do like that. That's lovely. Nice texture to it. Interesting. And then there is this one, which is actually called Evergreen, and this is kind of interesting because it looks a little bit like a teal. But I have a sneaking suspicion when you actually swatch it, it will look a little bit more sort of like a foresty green. I'm thinking, I don't know. Beautiful. So that is Evergreen. Jeez, look at that. The pigment and the quality of these eyeshadows is phenomenal for the price. Wow. So I will leave all the information about Madison Street Beauty down below in the description box. Their prices are really reasonable, guys, and I think if you're starting out and you want something a little bit different, starting out with eyeshadow and makeup in particular, then they'd definitely be someone I'd recommend to you because their prices are really cheap, and they do like offers, they do sets and stuff like that. So if you want to just buy it like in bulk, if you will, then you can do that without having to go around and meticulously pick all the colours. They can just, I think they do like packages and deals and stuff like that. So if you want to see how they apply and how I got this kind of fally, wintry, bonfire-y look, then please keep watching.
Here comes November, shorter days, colder weather, but I still remember the sun. Lately I've been thinking there's more to life than just living and chasing what you're dreaming of. So I try to take life one step at a time, scribble out sad lines every once in a while, and give that second glance to someone who needs a hand. It's not all that easy at times, but I try. Break through the silence, the screaming in my head, and make sense of all this insanity. And take a deep breath, learn from my weakness, the strength in admitting defeat. Now I try to see between the words and what they mean, and realize the truth inside breaks through the lies. Forgiveness don't always let you forget the ones who left tears in your eyes without a single goodbye. But I try. Ooh, I try. Ooh, I try. Yeah, Now I try to take life one step